Hey guys, it's Pirelli here, and we're going to do what female Deku was a waterbender. Without further ado, let's begin. So, her name is Dokabi Izumi, So, Izumi and her mother were in the doctor's to check if she had a quirk. The doctor waited for a moment and then said, "Sorry kid, that's not what happened. You could never be a hero. You don't have a quirk." I'm sorry kid, but it's never gonna happen. Izumi was devastated, and she really wanted to be a hero, just like her favorite. She wanted to be a hero, just like her favorite hero, All Might. But sadly, she couldn't because of her quirk, because she doesn't have a quirk. Izumi was in her home, and she was crying because she wanted to be a hero, but she couldn't. She was looking at a video of All Might, saving a ton of people. He was the hero that she admired to be. She wanted to save people for justice, not for money or fame, to help save people who couldn't be saved, and keep them safe. And she got frustrated, and there was a glass of water in the room, and she got really frustrated that the water froze. Izumi looked back at her water to take a drink, but realized it's now ice cold. And it was now a block of ice. Izumi then gone to her mother, but she stopped. She hesitated. She thought maybe it was just a little glitch or just a coincidence. She decided to go to the river near her house to see if she was right. She walked. Remember, she's 6 in here, okay? She walked through the forest and found the river. She first tried to wave her hands, and at first she got disappointed, but she tried harder again, and it worked. The water swayed a bit, but not a bit just enough to catch Izumi's eye. She saw it and was really happy. She thought she was going to train this and maybe take some notes about this. So, after that day, every day Izumi went to the river to practice her waterbending, or as she thought, her quirk. She practiced to flow with the water, and it was following her command. She was swirling it, she was doing the basics. She tried to move the water, and she tried to push and pull it. At first, it was really difficult for her, but as the weeks and days go by, she got better and better at using her waterbending, or as she thought, a quirk. She practiced every night and day. She thought it would also be good to train her physical body so that she could, I don't know, lift it easier, I guess. She also wanted to find a good fighting style for herself, because if she wanted to be a hero, she might as well know how to fight. She looked up some stuff on the internet and found a pretty good fighting style that flows like the water. Okay, so she found a fighting style which is Tai Chi Chuan. If you don't, so the fighting styles in Avatar: The Last Airbender are based on fighting styles in real life. I'll show you a picture right now about it. Izumi was ecstatic, so she watched some videos about it and started to imitate it when she was near the river, and the water was flowing nicely into her little combat style. Izumi was so ecstatic that it actually worked, so she began practicing her quirk to make it stronger and to get an even better grip of it. She'll wait till she got a good control of it to tell her mom. Time skip. A year later, she's now 7 years old. Izumi had now told her mom about her quote-unquote quirk, which is actually waterbending. And Izumi also now knows that she could now move ice since water had already turned to ice. Izumi was really happy about this, and so was her mom. She was really happy for Izumi because she found she could actually reach her dream. Izumi hasn't still showed her quirk to class. She has said that she had a quirk, but she doesn't really want to show off or anything. Bakugo thought that she was just being arrogant and got mad at her and didn't want to talk to her. While some of the class believed she didn't have the quirk and she was just lying. Izumi then began her analysis on her own quirk. She decided to take a few notes that she would need for the future at least. And this is how the mothering habit was born. If you're wondering what does Izumi look like, she basically looks like Katara. So yeah. Time skip. They're now in middle school, they're in their last year of junior high when the teacher came in and told them that they have to fill these forms to go to school and to plan for their future. The teacher then threw the papers up and told them that he was kidding. He knows that they all want to be heroes. Bakugo, being his arrogant self, said, "Don't let me in with these bunch of losers. I'm the real deal here. These guys should be lucky to at least be with a bunch of D-listers." Everyone got mad at Bakugo and began protesting that they're worthy enough to be heroes. After they filled in their forms and handed them to the teacher, teacher said, "Bakugo wants to go to UA. Alright. And Izumi Midoriya wants to go to UA too." Bakugo was fuming and all the class was laughing at Izumi because they thought that she was lying, that she had a quirk. Then Bakugo tried to attack Izumi, but Izumi just swiftly dodged. Bakugo then took her notebook and exploded it and threw it out the window. Izumi got mad and she took all the water from the water balls of her classmates and threw it at Bakugo. She then freezed the water and Bakugo was stuck. Everyone was shocked. They thought that Izumi was quirkless, but she wasn't. She had a really powerful water and ice quirk. They now saw that Bakugo was off his throne with a new queen, Izumi Midoriya. Bakugo looked at Izumi in hate and anger, and he, in his perspective, he thought that she thought that he was weak, and was really angry at Izumi. Izumi then walked away and freezed Bakugo, and yeah. And then she walked along the path to go home until she heard some rumbling in a sewer. She got her flying stance ready, and a big sludge villain came out. The sludge villain then said, "Hey kid, give me your body. I didn't know the freak was in town." The sludge villain then jumped at Izumi, and Izumi then bended him into a plastic bottle. And when All Might appeared, he saw Izumi putting the sludge villain in a bottle. All Might then thanked Izumi and then jumped off. I know I'm not really giving Izumi one for all in here, but I think she doesn't really need it as for now. But Katara's already OP. With one for all, she'll already be broken. So Izumi then went home and did her usual routine and also trained a bit. But she was still a bit tired. So after that she went to sleep. And now it's time for the 10 months of training. So in the 10 months of training, Izumi still did her normal low routine. She trained with the water in the river nearby her house. She also made some ice and snow, and she was already a pretty good bender. She also studied so that she could keep her mind in check, so that she could also pass the mental part of the exams. Time skip. The months were over, and Izumi was now walking to go to the UA entrance exams. She was then walking to the mental part of the test to see how smart they are. Izumi then sat down in her seat and began to write. She got about 5th place. So yeah, as the mic then stand up on the podium and began explaining the robots. A kid with blue hair and glasses then interrupted him and telling him that he forgot about the 0 point. He's severely disappointed to what UA has offered. Izumi just ignored the boy and just minded her own business. President Mike then explained that the 0 pointer was actually an obstacle and such. They then got their numbers to what arena they'll be fighting in, or battle simulation that they'll be fighting in. Izumi then went to her area where a big city was there, or a big training city as per se. Izumi then got her water ready, and yeah, she also carries a water pouch just like Katara. So she hasn't really discovered vapor yet. She knows it, but she doesn't know if she could do it. So yeah. President Mike, when the doors began to open, they were all waiting, and President Mike then said in the microphone, "Hey, you just don't wait for countdowns. Now go, go, go!" As all of them then sprinted off. Izumi then began attacking robots and grabbed water from her pouch and began attacking robots, slicing and dicing them. After a little while, the ground started to shake and everyone went running. Izumi was wondering why was everyone running about. She then looked behind her to see a giant 0 pointer coming towards them. Izumi was about to run when she saw a girl in the rubble. She decided that she has to help her, so she used her waterbending to boost herself up and land beside the girl. She then used waterbending to cut the rubble on her leg and went off. She then ran as fast as she could. She has great stamina thanks to her training. She then asked the girl if she was all right. The girl had brown hair and brown eyes. She kind of looked like Kirby. She kind of looked like a Kirby, to be honest. Kind of. Izumi then asked, "Where does it hurt?" And Uraka then points to her ankle, which Izumi grabbed some of her water and healed it. Uraka was amazed by Izumi's quirk and thanked her. And as that happened, the alarm didn't ring, and President Mike told the students to leave the premises now, since the test was over. Time skip. Izumi was now in her room and fiddling with some water until Inko came through the door and with Izumi's letter from UA. Izumi was nervous but opened it. And then a hologram of All Might appeared and saying, "Young Midoriya, you have successfully grabbed a lot of points. You got about 70 points. You also got bonus of 60 points, which were hero points. You also must also save people in the course of action. So this was the secret part of the test. So congratulations and welcome to your Hero Academia." Izumi was really happy and told her mom. They were both really happy that Izumi had her first step into becoming a hero. Izumi then packed her stuff for the next day of school. Izumi then bid her mom goodbye and went to her class, or went to UA. At first she got lost in looking for her class 1A. Then she found it, and there was a big door. She questioned herself if this was for giants or some sorts, or someone with an identification quirk. She then walked in and saw a bunch of chaos. She then awkwardly just gone to her seat and yeah. Until a bubbly girl that she had saved came up to her and told her that she was really thankful for saving her. Izumi then nodded and said it was no problem. It was the right thing to do. He then came up to her and he told her about how she is a more superior student than he is because she had figured out the secret part of the test. Izumi then said that told Ida that she didn't really know that was part of the test. She just went where her instincts were going. Ida then apologized and yeah. Uraka then asked Izumi if she wanted to be friends until she was interrupted by someone in a sleeping bag. But he kind of looked that he was a caterpillar. Most of the students freaked out and thought he was a villain of some sorts until the sleeping bag then unzipped, revealing a man that kind of looked like a hobo, to be honest. He also looked kind of sleep-deprived, and I'm sorry, Zawa, but it's kind of true. He looked pretty much sleep-deprived. Sorry, Zawa. Aizawa then told them if they're here to make friends, then leave. He also told them that they're going to do a quirk assessment test, in which Uraka asked if weren't they supposed to go to orientation. Aizawa then told them that as heroes they have no time for orientations and as they leave to go to change. Time skip. Everyone was now outside and Aizawa then tossed Izumi the ball, telling her to throw it as far as she could. And but asking her how much did she throw a ball in middle school. Izumi then answered about 45 meters. Aizawa then nodded and told her to use her quirk this time. Izumi then took her water pouch and water began to swirl around her, kind of like the katara in the thumbnail. She then threw the ball up high and a blast of water hit. And shot a blast of water. The ball landed about 564 meters. A few people were hyped up, saying that this was a girl. Then a girl said that this was fun. Aizawa then glared at her and said, "Oh, so this is fun? What about the person who gets last place gets expelled?" Uraka then asked, Isn't that a bit unfair, sir?" Aizawa then said, "Fair? So you mean villains who attack the city is fair, natural disasters are fair? Well, as heroes, our job is to combat the unfairness." As he said. As the exams go by, Izumi was acing them and got first place. Bakugo was really angry at Izumi and looking at her with a lot of hate and killer intent coming out of him. And after that, he did normal classes, but instead of normal teachers, they're being taught by pro heroes as the day go on. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. Really signing out. Goodbye.